As I said, we'll be looking at the next section in our series on 1 Peter. And this morning that is particularly verses 17 to 21 of chapter 1 of Peter's first letter. And the main point of this section is very clear and obvious. There's no ambiguity from Peter about what he wants to teach us. Look at verse 17. Peter says, "If you call on the Father, who without partiality judges according to each one's work, conduct yourselves throughout the time of your stay here in fear." Peter says that if we are a believer, if we are trusting in Christ to get us safely to heaven, not relying on ourselves, but relying on Christ and looking to him, Peter says that our lives here on earth, before we reach heaven, should be conducted in fear. Now, you might hear that and think, well, that's a strange command. Surely God doesn't want us to live our lives in fear. I mean, just earlier in the chapter, Peter, in verse 8, was talking about how believers can rejoice with joy inexpressible and full of glory. How do joy and fear fit together? Now, you might be expecting me to say at this point that when Peter says fear here, he doesn't really mean fear. He means something like